Brainy Blooms presents 15 Bad Habits That Destroy Your Self-Worth. Self-confidence is a very crucial thing. We must always work to improve self-confidence, but there are a number of bad habits that can destroy self-confidence in confident people. Today, we will explain 15 of these bad habits that psychologists have identified as making them feel insecure and unhappy. Although having more self-confidence is beneficial, these habits can prevent us from living a happy and successful life. Those habits can also lead to a decrease in our self-esteem, which can affect our behavior. The end result of these bad habits is the loss of the ability to perceive the meaning and value of ourselves. It is important to break these habits before they harm your self-esteem, because what we do every day and what we think can have an impact on how we feel about ourselves, and you must take the time to engage in the appropriate behaviors and think in productive ways in order to have a significant impact on our self-worth. It may take some time, but developing new ways of thinking can help us get to where we want to go and boost our self-esteem. Try to stay away from these bad habits. Number 1. Forgive yourself. You should practice self-forgiveness and remind yourself of the importance of relationships with family and friends, because relationships are very important because they help us evaluate ourselves. You may not think you need to be perfect, but you can have the power to change for the better. Number 2. Always feel like a victim. Constantly thinking that you are a victim is like telling ourselves that we are powerless, but this feeling is imprecise, but it doesn't make us try to succeed in any task. You have to get rid of the feeling of victimization and prove them wrong. Number 3. Compare yourself to others. According to Jens Weiner, a confidence expert, comparing ourselves to others is one of the bad habits that harms our self-esteem when we believe our thoughts, bodies, or everything we own is less valuable than others. As per Stanford University research, people who are confident when doing a task do well, but when they discover that their peers are better, their confidence drops. So try to focus on yourself and your goals rather than on others. Number 4. Put negative words in your mouth. Psychologists remind us that we are what we say to ourselves. In other words, the phrases you say to yourself are what shapes your personality. And when we think we are unworthy people, it is negative inner talk, and you should turn into more positive thoughts to help you fight anxiety and depression and reduce the stress you feel. Number 5. Lack of a plan. No matter when you wake up in the morning, it is imperative that you prepare to get through the day. Because one of the frustrating things is that you sleep every night as if you hadn't accomplished anything during the day. Because a plan can help you use your day properly so you don't lose confidence. Number 6. Finish tasks early. When we allow our fear to dominate us, we remain stagnant and the world becomes smaller every time we are afraid to do something for fear of failure. It reinforces the idea that we will fail inside us. So try to get rid of this feeling and try to do the tasks you are asked to do to the maximum without hesitation. Number 7. Adopt bad eating habits. One of the bad habits of confident people is that they may adopt bad eating habits that need to be managed, which over time can affect your self-esteem. You need to learn how to get rid of these behaviors and identify the skills you need to learn and the negative feelings you need to get rid of. Number 8. Sitting on the couch. In other words, you spend all your time regularly sitting in your place without actively moving. This feeling of yourself will not help you. According to research in the Journal of Psychiatry, exercise can help you improve your self-esteem, reduce social withdrawal, and improve your mood. Number 9. Spend more time on the internet. A University of Salford study found that 50% of people say that social media makes their lives worse, especially their self-esteem, and they are very successful when comparing their achievements with others on the internet. You can spend less time on social networks and focus on yourself, and when you are surfing social networks. Number 10. Multitasking. Studies have shown that multitasking is one of the bad things that confident people do, because the productivity of any task depends on concentration on the task at hand. You need to define your interests and priorities and do one thing at a time in order to do it better and faster. Number 11. Negative thinking. Negative thoughts and behaviors damage your confidence. That's why don't try to let your negative thoughts invade your brain, because they are like poison and it can be hard for you to stop thinking about them because it often leads to suspicion, frustration, and depression, and the best thing you can do for yourself is to be aware of your triggers. Once you know how to motivate yourself, you can help increase your self-confidence. Number 12. Fear of failure. Confident people tend to think that this is a personality trait, not a habit, and that if you allow fear to become an ingrained habit, it becomes harder to break. Every time you avoid doing something because you are afraid of failure, you are practicing that bad habit. You need to practice without fear or anxiety because failure is a part of life, and really failure is letting fear restrict or stop you from moving forward when you fail. You can stand up and try again. That's the only way to gain your confidence. Number 13. Overtime. Spending time on text messages, emails, and social networks can waste your time. Technology is a great resource for connecting you with valuable information, but at the same time, it can be a reason to spend your time on unimportant things. So try to stop wasting your time on things that are not useful to you. Number 14. Spending time with negative people. Try to look at the people you spend time with. Are they your friends who help you achieve your goals, and do they have your own interests to increase your level of confidence? Because the person you live with has a huge impact on who you become, and ultimately, on how you spend your time. Everyone has a bad day, and we all rely on friends when we are going through stressful times, but avoid those frustrated people who constantly talk negatively. Number 15. Weak social will. Not having a social life leads to a loss of self-confidence. Therefore, try to communicate with others, and you need to find a balance that works for you. The goal should be to find people you enjoy getting to know, as we always need friends who will listen to us and improve our ability to succeed. Are you self-confident or not? Let us know in the comment section below. If you found this video interesting, give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching.